How's it going, Habibis? I have been trying out new Dark Magician decks. Obviously, with Secret Village being banned, we're taking a step back. So I've been trying a lot of new things. I tried a Bestial DM deck and got destroyed. I even got my rating all the way down to 1300, but I climbed all the way back nearly to baseline here with my Shining Sarcophagus deck list that I put together for you guys. A lot of people were asking for a Shining Sarc deck. I figured what better time than right now to do it, and I've been very, very impressed with the results. Here we are in rating mode. Rating Duel is basically the level above Master 1. So this is where the pride and soul of duelists will be at stake, okay? The best of the best are here. And it really is. We're playing against a lot of top tier decks, so it's very competitive. And the fact that we've been able to cook with a Shining Sarc deck is kind of insane to me. I think this deck is very good, especially if you are a beginner or trying to come back into the game. You want an easy to learn deck. The combos are very simple, so I think you guys are really gonna like it. Be sure to stick around to the end so you guys see all those combos and you guys see how we play the deck. I'm also gonna go over the deck list. Real quick, I do wanna show you guys the record we've been playing with so far. So here we are using the Untapped website. I've been using them a lot. They're very, very helpful. I suggest you guys download it. It's an extension that basically helps you track your wins and losses and coin flips and all that stuff, as well as other things in game. We have been going, let's see, this is, let's say 11-4 here during this streak, and then this is a bigger sample size, 20-14. So here we were winning 70% of the time. This is almost 60% of the time. So considering the competition we're going up against, I'm very impressed with how this deck's been performing. I think you guys are gonna like it a lot. So without further ado, let's get into it. Shining Sarc, best deck? All right, so we are playing Horus along with our Shining Sarc engine because I feel like the Horus engine complements it well. We'll talk more about it as we go on with the replays, but here you're gonna see a one card combo that just consists of Gadget Trio. Now, we already had some of these cards in our hands, so we didn't need to do it, but Gadget Trio can get you Shining Sarcophagus as well as get you Silent Magician 0 and Silent Swordsman 0. Now, our opponent played Maxx C there, and I could have negated it with the turn silence or the called by, but I chose to just let them have it, let them have one card, not a big deal, and I feel like I can use the called by for something different. So off of our one card combo with Gadget Trio, we're able to set up a Spell Negate with Silent Magician 0, a Targeting Negate with Silent Swordsman 0, and a special disruption that no one knows about with Shining Sarc that you're going to see at the end of this duel. But that's off of a one card combo. We were able to also add turn silence because we had a little bit of extra gas, but having a one card combo is pretty nice in a Dark Magician deck, if you want to call this a Dark Magician deck, because those are few and far between. So we're going up against Gimmick Puppet, and they are going to use Condolence to send their Rogue Doll. Rogue Doll is the best card in Gimmick Puppet. So if you're going to Ash something, it's Rogue Doll. In this case, we're going to Call by the Grave It. Excellent. They can't add it to their hand, and it gets negated for the next 2 turns. The second best card in Gimmick Puppet is definitely their Field Spell, so we are going to negate that, but unfortunately our opponent has a second copy of it. Luckily, like I said, if you negate the Rogue Doll, they usually don't have anything to do. For some reason, our opponent adds Rogue Doll and activates the effect, maybe not realizing that it was negated by the Called by the Grave effect, but, you know, I don't know. I feel like that's something they should have known at this level, but they didn't know that. We are going to next negate Imseti. Horus is very common in Gimmick Puppets as well. We are going to negate that with that Turn Silence. Turn Silence is, you know, no one sees it coming, to be honest with you. It's an attack boost as well as a monster effect to negate, and it works really well against Tenpai 2 because it can end the battle phase. Now, our opponent is going to summon the Terror Baby here and try to summon their Gimmick Puppet from the graveyard. We are going to activate Shining Sarc's effect to send it back to the graveyard. When a monster is summoned from the graveyard, we can discard a spell and send it back. So there, we're just using all Shining Sarc, Archetype, in Archetype disruptions to stop our opponent, as well as the called by. But it was a pretty good showing, I think, of just what Shining Sarc can do. Now let's see what the other engines do in conjunction with it. The other engine, I should say, just the Horus engine, and how it basically complements Shining Sarc. All right, so here we're going second, and we have an impermanent TTT. Those are our going second cards. We're going up against a invoked deck. So I expected Macabre, but you're going to see here they actually just kind of kind of try to floodgate us. So Silhouette Rabbit hits the field. It grabs the Azurn Trap, which is a special summon monster disruption. They're going to summon 3 of their Horus monsters, go into IP Masquerena, Invocation into Kaliga. So Kaliga, for those that don't know, because I had to read, I can only activate 1 monster effect per turn, and I can only attack once per turn. So I got to get over this, and remember, he has a Alistair in the hand, which will raise this monster's defense points to 2,800. So we're going to go King Sarcophagus here. King Sarcophagus is going to allow us to search for Imseti, and they are going to immediately pop our King Sarc. That sucks. We're going to go TTT to draw 2 cards, and lo and behold, we draw 2 of the most perfect cards. King Sarc is going to let us special summon the Imseti. We're going to get rid of the Kaliga. We'll go Trio. Trio is going to let us get Shining Sarc, and we can go into that 1-card combo that we just highlighted with Shining Sarc, but we're actually not going to do that here. We're going to go Gandora G, because Gandora G can wipe the field. Our opponent scoops, because they knew what was going to come. They would have been left with nothing. I think they only had like 1 or 2 cards in their hand, so GG. Shining Sarc has plays for days. Alrighty, so we're going second again, and we are going to show the best card for Shining Sarcophagus. You're going to see him in just a bit. He's also the best card for Dark Magician. Spoiler alert, it's Dragoon. And we're going to hit our opponent with Maxi. We end up just going +1 off of this Maxi. Our opponent is going Snake Eyes Kashtira here. So they're going to summon the Ponyx, grab the Fire King Sanctuary, and grab their field spell. So they set 1. I'm not sure what this is. I was skeptical or questioning if it was either Imperm or if it was a... I forgot what the card is called, but the Fire King card that lets you pop a fire monster and pop cards on the field equal to the number of fire monsters you destroy. So I wanted to be very careful of that. We go Gadget Trio. We don't have any good Super Poly hits right now. We could Super Poly the Fenrir with the Gadget Trio, but I didn't want to do that just yet. We're going to go Shining Sarc, grab that Dark Magician, summon DM, and they're going to try to get rid of our Shining Sarc with Fenrir's effect. We are going to activate Turn Silence, negating the Fenrir. So next we're going to go Gandora G, activate its effect. They're going to Imperm us. So now I literally thought about this for a while, and I decided it would be best to activate Super Polymerization to fuse Gandora G and Dark Magician into Red Eyes Dark Dragoon, because that dodges the Imperm. Everything gets popped on the field except Dragoon. Dragoon can't be destroyed. We are able to summon up a beefed up Silent Magician 0, and then we negate their Granuix effect, or Garunix Sacred Fire King monsters effect, and we finish the duel with Dragoon. So that's basically the peak Shining Sarc, going into Dragoon, using Gandora G, getting a beefed up Silent Magician monster. It's so much fun when everything, falls into place perfectly with this deck. It's a lot of fun. Alright, so Dragoon is our big bad boss monster, but how do we go into him consistently? This is a combo that I saw from a YouTuber named Yassine. Maybe you guys have heard of him. He basically did this combo, and it is a pretty dang good one. Our opponent tries to ogre our Shining Sarc. First sentence, cannot be destroyed by monster effect. What you need for this combo is Shining Sarcophagus and either a Dark Magician or a Gandora G. That's it. So it's a 2-card combo. We're going to summon both to the field, okay? And it just has to be these 2. It can't be done with Gadget Trio because it messes it up with the levels you're going to see in just a sec. We're going to summon the Gandora G, pay 4,000 life points. That's the downside. We pop the Dark Magician. That allows us to summon another Dark Magician from our deck that is a level 8. And then we summon the one that got destroyed, and we are able to set our Secrets of Dark Magic from our field. Now we're going to go into a rank 8 here, Draglubion. Draglubion is going to do 2 things. One, it's going to serve as a dragon, but it's also going to allow us to set up a spell negate, Hope Harbinger. So we also are going to be able to summon a Silent Magician 0 because we have it in the hand, set a Turn Silence, so we are sitting very pretty. So right off the bat, our opponent draws, immediately go into Dragoon. Got a dragon, got a Dark Magician, we'll go Dragoon. So what do we have here? We have a Omni Negate, we have a Spell Negate, a Monster Negate. Potentially, if we don't use the Omni Negate, we could get rid of we have a disruption with, Shining Sarc getting rid of a monster that's summoned from the graveyard. So we got a myriad of negates here. We're going up against Yubel. I'm going to negate the opening of the Spirit Gate because it is a pretty dang good card for them. They'll go 1 for 1. I'm going to negate that as well. Our opponent is playing not Dark Magician. They are definitely just splashing in the Red Eyes package with their Yubel deck. We're going to negate that as well. And we still have 2 negates that we didn't even use. So we'll go Shining Sarc, grab Ties That Bind. Ties That Bind is going to summon a 0 as well as a Gadget Trio. Gadget Trio is going to grab another Turn Silence, because why the heck not? And they're going to activate their Spirit of Yubel. We are going to negate it with Turn Silence. If we were to negate it with Dragoon, it would destroy the Spirit of Yubel, triggering its effect. They're going to activate Eternal Favor. It doesn't do anything. They scoop it up. So that is the combo. It is a 2-card combo, like I mentioned, and it is a great, great end board for Shining Sarcophagus that you definitely want to know how to do. All right, so here we're going second, and the only going second card we have is going to be TTT right now. So we're going up against a Yubel player, and it looks like they bricked a little bit. They were only able to go into Phantom of Yubel, but Phantom of Yubel, it going off can be full combo, so we got to be careful here. We're going to go Pot of Extravagance and draw 2 cards, and then we're going to go Gadget Trio. Gadget Trio is going to get impermed. Okay. So we'll go Shining Sarc because we had it in hand. Shining Sarc will allow us to get Gandora G. We are going to summon Gandora G. They're going to activate their Phantom of Yubel, and we are going to immediately Called by the Gravit. They play Crossout Designator, and I was disappointed. So I was a little reckless here because I thought, oh, there's nothing that they could do. I have Called by. I didn't even think about Crossout. I even put it in the imperm column thinking, haha, they can't imperm my Gadget Trio twice. You know, I thought I was being cheeky. Didn't work out that way. We're going to go TTT to take their Yubel. So now they're down to just 1 card. We're going to go Dark Magician, summon it. We're going to go into IP Masquerena because our Link monsters were banished off of Pot of Extravagance. That's the risk with Pot of E. Then we're going to use that Ties That Bind that you guys saw in the previous replay. So Ties That Bind can work with any Shining Sarc monster on the field to summon 2 more level 4 or lower monster ones. Level 4 or lower Shining Sarc monsters from the deck. So now we have a targeting negate, a spell negate. We have IP Masquerena, which actually in this scenario doesn't do anything because the only thing we have is Selene. But we got disruptions. They go Phantom of Yubel again. And here we're going to use our Shining Sarc to search for, we're going to negate the Ash, search for Turn Silence, because we know that Turn Silence shuts down this Phantom of Yubel. We're going to use Gandora's effect. They're going to chain Phantom of Yubel. We are going to chain Turn Silence, and they are going to scoop. So, boom. All the Shining Sarc monsters hit the field, and Yubel can't do anything. Shining Sarc's better than Yubel, guys. Like, I don't know what more proof you need other than a bricked up Yubel player. But no, seriously, to be honest with you, I think I'm proud of the deck because we played through their disruptions. They had imperms and crossouts as well as their Yubel cards, and we were able to win. So kudos to Shining Sarc. Habibis, this is the deck list, the most important part of the video, the part that most of you guys skip to. I get it, that's fine. You shouldn't, but that's fine. But first, before I go over it, I do want to say if you like the video, hit the thumbs up button. Hit the like button, guys. It helps a ton. Also, sub to the channel if you're not already. I would really appreciate it. It's free. You can't beat free in this world. I noticed that 75% of you or something like that are not subbed. So if you guys like the videos and you're enjoying, the stuff that I'm putting out, help me keep producing more by just subbing to the channel. Thank you guys so much in advance. It means the world to me. I keep saying that, but it's the truth. It does. This deck list. So I'm obviously focused on the Horus engine as our support, as our power, as our oomph. Something that I wanted to show, but I didn't get any good replays. People kept scooping left and right. But being able to use the Horus engine to go into Coach King here and being able to draw 3 cards off of that has helped me a ton. It has happened so many times where I just open Imseti and no Shining Sarc engine cards, and I'm able to go into summon out 3 Horus monsters to the field, go into Coach King, draw 3 cards, and then I'm able to draw my engine, and then I'm able to start, setting up disruptions using the Shining Sarc stuff. So that is a huge boost to the deck. Also, something I like about this deck a lot is it has, even with the Horus engine, it has, a good balance of just hand traps, board breakers, garnets. It's not too fluffed with garnets like some of our other decks have been. So I really like that. I've been playing Pot of Extravagance. You could also play Pot of Desires. I've even played both. I'm thinking about still playing both, but it does suck when you banish cards that are important. So this is the deck list. The extra deck, I mentioned the Coach King, the Hope. You guys saw us go into it. Galaxy Eyes Photon Lord here is actually a very good rank 8. Typically, if I'm able to set up my 1-card combo with Gadget Trio, and also if I have Imseti in hand, I'll go into Photon Lord typically as my rank 8, because then I'm covered. I have a Spell Negate, I have a Target Negate, I have a Monster Negate, I have Shining Sarc, potentially Disruption. So I really like Photon Lord for that reason. And we have the access code package here just for, follow-up OTK stuff. So this is a really fun deck, guys. I hope you guys like my iteration of it. Let me know if you have any criticisms of it, or any constructive, of course, anything to improve on, because I'm always looking for it. I'm always looking for new things to do with this deck. I still think it's a deck in development, but I think it's one we need to get used to if we're enjoying Dark Magician, because this might be our future form of Dark Magician support. So until next time, Habibis, take care of yourselves. Go out everyone and make somebody's day special. I'll see you in the next one. Peace and love.